Welcome to Chit Chat, the encouraging one another podcast, where it's always about sharing uplifting, encouraging stories. I'm your host, Jody Sheffield, and where we have real conversations with people from all around the world, sharing their stories, what they've been through, what they've gone through. My mission for this podcast is to uplift and inspire and to remind people that their stories matter. Everyone has a story, and in a world filled with noise and negativity, this place is for honesty and to share hope and human connection with real stories. We shine a light on good and celebrate resilience and encourage one another to keep going. This world needs more encouragement, more kindness, more real stories that remind people that they are not alone. So, if you have a story you'd love to share, something you've been through and gone through, I'd love to have you on. Reach out to me and let's get you on Chit Chat. I hope in this episode and every episode you get something out of it. I just want to encourage somebody out there. We have great people sharing their stories and great music as well. You're watching Chit Chat, the encouraging one another podcast. Good morning, everyone, or evening, or afternoon. Welcome to another day. This is Chit Chat, the encouraging one another podcast. With coffee in hand, I'm ready for the show. How about you? This podcast is all about encouraging others, having fun, uplifting conversations. I'm your host, Jody Sheffield. So glad you're here. Before we dive into music and an interview today, I'm going to share some little coffee notes and tidbits with you today. You know, the world's first known cafe opened back in 1650 in Istanbul, and people there just didn't drink just coffee. They played chess and listened to storytellers and debated life and built a community. It was less grab a latte and more come and share your soul. The idea of Chit and Chat was a coffee shop idea I had years ago. But you know, there's so many coffee shops out there, so I brought Chit and Chat to a podcast. You know, and coffee was originally chewed. That's right, before people ever brewed coffee as a drink. Early African tribes mixed coffee berries with animal fat and ate them as an energy snack. Basically, it was the world's first coffee protein bar, and now you know. And coffee helped fuel early Christian hospitality. In the early 1600s, when coffee first spread throughout Europe, many churches began serving it at gatherings because it helped people stay awake, stay connected, and stay in community. And it became a simple way to live. In over Hebrews 10, chapter 10, verses 24-25, encouraging one another while meeting together. And over in missionaries in Ethiopia and Brazil and Indonesia often shared coffee with locals as a bridge for conversation and trust. A cup of coffee became a doorway to friendship and a living example of 1 Corinthians 9:22. I have become all things to all people. So coffee has really been a connection throughout the years, and I love having a cup of coffee. You might not like coffee, you might like tea or something else, so no problem in that at all. Ever heard of Rocky Michaels? I'm a big fan of his music. He's over up in California, and his videos, his music videos are amazing. The scenery are so cool. He finds some great places for really cool videos. Today, I'm excited to be sharing 2 of his songs, and he will be introducing each of them. So I'm excited to have him on the show and play his music for you. So Rocky, take it over.
Hey everyone, it's Rocky Michaels with my recent song, Another Trip Around the Sun, coming to you on Chit and Chat. Big shout out to Jody Sheffield. Song's really a nostalgic look back at the memories we've made and how time's really flying. Hope you enjoy.
The sun is setting earlier these days. few less birthdays and a few more graves. We were young once, full of dreams, and here we are now, so it seems. It's now our children's time to chase and find their path and make their ways. I've watched our kids grow up well and strong. I've seen a book of memories growing long. Oh, but I'd go back just for a night to tuck them in and dim the lights. Man, before you know it, well, those yesteryears have come and gone. Another trip around the sun, another chapter closed and one begun. Well, time is moving oh so fast. Wish I could just make it last. But here we go, time for another one. Another trip around the sun. The house we built these days makes less noise. Gone are the sounds of our little boys. Oh, but the walls still whisper, laughs and play, and the photographs are here to stay. Well, we keep spinning right along. Yesterday is what I long for. Another trip around the sun, another chapter closed and one begun. Oh, well, time is moving oh so fast. Wish I could just make it last. But here we go, time for another one. Another trip around the sun. Another trip around the sun, but the journey of our lives, it ain't done. Oh, well, time it might be moving fast, but we've sprung wings born from the past to help enjoy the view as we take flight for one more trip around the sun. Another year done.
Food is one of life's best encouragers. Well, at Taquiza and Taquiza Street, located in Silverdale, Washington, they take it to a whole new level. Locally owned, locally loved, and serving authentic Mexican flavors, they hit the spot every single time. Now, if you're a breakfast person like I am, Taquiza Street has got you covered with the greatest tasting breakfast burritos around. You need both hands to dive into, as well as some great lunch selections as well. And Taquiza, and located in the Kitsap Mall, has 6 different kinds of tacos for you indecisive people like myself. A little bit of everything. Fresh, flavorful, and made with heart. Support local. Eat well. Check out Taquiza. Their phone number is 360-317-0146, or Taquiza Street. Their number is 360-914-9152. Check out their Facebook pages as well for great menu items. That's Taquiza and Taquiza Street, located in Silverdale.
Hey everyone, it's Rocky Michaels. I wanted to share an old favorite song of mine called Stepping Stone. First of all, big shout out to Jody Sheffield and Chit Chat for having me on. This song is really just sung from the perspective of a parent to a child, trying to teach them that there are many steps along the way, and each step in and of itself is a full of a life lesson. Take a listen. I hope you enjoy.
He was 7 years old that summer when he first tried Little League, and he stepped up to the plate for his home team. Well, he swung real hard and he swung each time, but he struck out on 3. Then he swore that was the end of his ball dream. He returned to the bench and sat in the corner where he began to cry when his dad came over to comfort that poor child. He said, "Son, don't view it as if you failed at that. I thought you didn't try." Then he told the young boy this as he smiled. "Buddy, this is just a stepping stone to get to where you're going and where you want to be. What might seem like a stumbling block all depends where on that rock you stand and what you choose to see. So take those doubts you're carrying round, place them between your feet and ground. Oh, and stand tall, having known everything in life that you've been through and everything you've yet to do. Every one of them's a stepping stone." The boy's now 21, his career begun as an entry-level clerk, with both little learnings and big dreams to jump ahead. He was so frustrated and so impatient with his current line of work when he remembered long ago what his dad said. "Buddy, this is just a stepping stone to get to where you're going, oh, and where you wanna be. What might seem like a stumbling block all depends where on that rock you stand and what you choose to see. So take those doubts you're carrying round and place them between your feet and ground. Oh, and stand tall, having known everything in life that you've been through and everything you've yet to do. Every one of them's a stepping stone, bound for rather a life that's all around. Oh, so stand tall, having known all these things that you have seen, everywhere that you have been, are treasured little stepping stones. The stepping stones. He was 7 years old that summer when he first tried Little League.
Great songs by Rocky Michaels. Thank you, Rocky, for sharing your songs here on Chit Chat. Really appreciate it and wish you the best. It's time to introduce our guest for the show today, a young dreamer with a fire in her spirit and a steering wheel in her hand. That's Sarah Bradley. At just 16 years old, already proven that age is not a barrier. She's a racer who doesn't back down from a challenge, a competitor who meets every opportunity head on, a young lady who refuses to let anyone define her limits. With the steady encouragement of her parents, the support of her friends who believe in her, and a drive that comes from deep within, she pours everything into her craft. Her competitive spirit isn't just something that she shows on the track, it's something she carries with her every day, every setback and every new chapter she steps into, she faces head on. Today you'll hear from her and who is reaching the stars one lap at a time. And I hope her story reminds you of something important. Dreams don't come with the age requirement. They don't. Whether you're 16 or 66, whether you're just chasing dreams, keep chasing those dreams. Dream big. A song I love by Ryan Shoup and their band, Dream Big. Buckle up for a fun interview with Sarah Bradley. Welcome, Sarah, to Chit Chat, the encouraging one, another podcast. I can't wait to hear kind of your story, and I'm excited to hear more about what you do. I haven't really spilled the beans too much yet, so it's kind of a secret. But welcome. How are you?
Good. Thank you for having me on the show, Jody.
This is the first time we met face to face. I know your dad for a number of years, and I follow you on Facebook. I see you're doing well. And but my first question is, if someone paid you to sing karaoke in front of 1,000 people, how much do they have to pay you to sing in front of people, and what song would you sing?
Well, I'm not too shy of a singer, so
Okay.
I mean, the money's money, but if you're talking just probably not much, honestly.
All right.
Give me $20 on a microphone and maybe a beer. I'm kidding.
Any favorite song you like to sing?
Not particularly, no. It would be less about the song and more about the pitch, if I can sing it or not.
Okay.
I know what my abilities are.
What is your favorite food? You kind of moved around a little bit over the years. Your favorite meal, a go-to meal, like I gotta have this.
Chicken Alfredo.
Okay. A little garlic bread on the side.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
My wife, I have 4 kids. A couple like spaghetti, a couple like Alfredo, and so we do a big batch of both. I just mix them together and call it good. So I love my wife's part Irish and Italian, so we get plenty of pasta around my house. If you had one day an opportunity to kind of write your own autobiography, what would the name of your book be?
Ooh. The first thing that
It's like fierce, or maybe determination, or something, never giving up and never quitting.
The first thing that came to my mind was Life in the Fast Lane, but I feel like that might be copyright.
Life in your fast lane. There you go. And if you could teach a class on something to like 15, 20 kids, what would it be? Would it be what you're doing currently?
Maybe. I think it would be, if I had to teach a group of kids, I would just tell them to get creative with their own life and find out ways to make their life their own, and how to make the most of what you have.
Yeah, for sure. I know over the generations, I'm old, 55. Over the generations, kids have stayed behind their computers and their phones. And when I was a kid growing up, we'd be out in the woods tromping tire swings and riding bikes and just living life, So I miss those days a little bit. And I just did a video a few days ago about my grandparents. I miss going fishing. I miss my grandparents. I miss going down Lake DeGray, hitting the lakes with my grandparents. So definitely, I miss the good old days for sure. Can you share a little bit about yourself and where you're from and what do you do?
Absolutely. So, assuming that's why you probably have me on the show. So I'm Sarah Bradley. I come from Texas, and I've been racing since I was about 5.5 years old. I am a first generation racer in my family, and I fell in love with NASCAR at a very young age. And from there, that's when my father found a go-karting track, and that's where it's all stemmed from.
Okay.
And now this year and for about the past year or so nowadays, I've been racing legend cars on dirt here in the southern eastern U.S. and I currently reside in Wildwood, Florida.
What first drew you to racing? Was it a person? Was it like, maybe seeing some, maybe going to a race and going, I could do that. That looks awesome.
Mhm. Yeah, I went to Texas Motor Speedway a lot. My parents would go. They had Texas and stuff. They didn't really know anything about racing or I've never had any racing family, but we always just went to Texas Motor Speedway, and I fell in love with it as a child, and my dad finally just thought that maybe if he were to get me into a kart or something, it would satisfy that. But yeah.
How long before you're racing and you really like, I want to do this more than just a hobby, just on a couple of days here and there. I want to really dive into this. How many years did it take for you to like, I want to go after this. This is cool.
That's a loaded question. I think because I haven't known anything else since I was, I started doing this when I was 5, and it's really, I wasn't like one of those kids that ever did baseball or anything like that. So I think I knew from young that was my thing.
Okay.
But I think in the recent years, as I've grown into adolescence, that it's something that you can make a career out of, whether that be behind the wheel, on a headset, in the garage. It's just something that the atmosphere is something that I want to stay with forever.
You recall the first time you were behind the wheel? What was that like? You put the helmet on and the engine revs up. That's that vibe still with you today when you get in a car. You're like, this is, you're hitting the RPMs, they're revving, and the engine's going. It's like you get chills about thinking that.
Yeah, I wouldn't say all that. I mean, it was just a kid car, but I mean, it was one of my first, probably one of when I started remembering my life is when I got into that.
So your parents encouraged you in the early years. Did they really help you kind of just go for it? And did you have any other people around you who encouraged you, being a young lady in this kind of male-dominated field of racing? Did it really kind of help you, inspire you as you met other people as well?
That's not particularly. I mean, I've always been supported by mainly both of my parents, from my dad trying to learn how the car works and my mom supporting everything else in between. When growing up, I had some people that looked out for me, especially when I was young and in Texas, but kind of since then we've been a 3-person team and figured it out as we've gone.
Okay. I know little to nothing about racing. I watch occasionally on the weekends, like long time ago, AJ Foyt. I'm not a big race car kind of a guy, but I love watching those races, and I think the biggest thing is they have the pit crews. Man, if you have a good pit crew to get you out, tires changed and gassed up quickly, you're kind of behind the 8 ball pretty quickly. You have a good pit crew that help you in races, or how does that work for you?
In what I race,
yes,
it's not, we don't like have hot pits like
Okay.
you would see in NASCAR where it's a continuous pit, 3 times a race type of thing. We don't really have that. Our races are usually, our tires will last us a few races, and then the races are short enough that we don't need to refuel. So the changes and adjustments are made in between those different sessions and races.
How fast have you gone racing before? How fast? I mean, hundreds of miles, or
Top speed in any vehicle I've ever gone in, I'm going to have to say 120 in a Formula 4 car.
Okay. What was that like?
That was probably one of my favorite things to drive. I had that experience through the Radford Racing School, which was a scholarship that I won from the Rock Up USA series, and that was a 3-day event that I got to go to, and that was really fun.
Do speeds rate vary per race, or depending on track? I'm sure different types of what you're driving on. Does that kind of vary per race, or is that kind of the same for you as you go about racing?
Specify.
Yeah, I know different. There's like asphalt. There's different.
Oh,
types,
Well, this season I've only been on dirt ovals, but those range from probably like a quarter mile to half mile usually is about the range that they're in, from low bank, high banked, smaller, wider, etc. But I think most of them top speed range from 70 to 85, I'd say.
Okay.
Which doesn't sound too fast, but it is when you're on the dirt on a short oval and it's got a lot of spin up torque. That's a lot of the speed sensation. Is not necessarily the top speed, but the torque itself really spins you, drifts you around the corner, especially in dirt. And then the asphalt car, I think last year I hit maybe 105, 110.
Oh wow. What's the biggest race you've been a part of? Like, 50 racers or 40 racers or?
Ooh, that probably would have been in karting. That would have been the end of 2024. I
Okay.
think we were almost, I don't think we hit the cap, but we had 60.
Oh well.
That was I think I placed 8th that year. So it was a pretty big race. Fun
You
one.
earned podiums, poles, and even an F4 training scholarship. What is an F4 training scholarship?
That was a thing that I mentioned previously, the Radford Racing School that I went to. We got to race, we test Formula 4 cars, Dodge Hellcat drift cars. And it was just a 3-day event to get what we call an SCCA license. It was just a scholarship. It was a school in Arizona that I got to attend because I won it from a karting series.
That's cool. You have a favorite car? Like if you went to go get a particular car, is there one that you love, like the engine and
Like a street car or a race car?
We'll do both, actually. Good call there. We'll do both.
Oh, well, race car, I mean, I'd have to say my own. And street car, I think I'd also have to say my own. I have a MX-5 Miata. It's a little thing, but I love it. It's not the fastest thing in the world, but I still love it anyway. It's
a little zippy. I'm a Dodge Viper guy. I don't make them anymore, but man, I love the Dodge Viper. I had a chance to sit in one time. We went to a grocery store, a little convenience store, and I'm outside, and the guy's like, "You want to sit in it?" I'm like, "Yeah." I could not find the way to get in the Viper. I was so mad, and he goes, "It's inside the door." I'm like, to this day, I'm like still racking my head, going, "I got a chance to sit in the Dodge Viper." And I missed out. But yeah, it's my dream race car. What accomplishments have meant to you the most so far? Do you cherish the first race you won? As a memory, or as you go race by race, you just kind of soak it in at the moment?
Definitely the latter option. Honestly, now that you mention it, now I do remember my first win, but it was a while ago, and it was at the club level, and so a lot of these races are different club, regional, nationals, all that kind of stuff. So wins are a little different value, but I think I like the latter option you said. I do like to take it as I go, and I like to appreciate the good results that I get and see the people that notice them, and you get a lot of recognition for it, and it feels very validating after said recognition.
About how many races have you raced, been a part of since age 5 till now?
That is something I should honestly, I don't think that's something I actually will ever be able to have an accurate answer for. I'm going to say probably north of a few hundreds.
Okay. Anyone that sticks out the most, like, I will never forget this race. Maybe it's a really close one. Maybe your first one. Maybe it's your last one. I don't know. Or the one that sticks out in your noggin the most. Like that was the most fun I had.
I'm gonna have to say, just looking around my living room and seeing trophies, I'm gonna say either any of the Vegas races or the Florida Winter Tour Orlando 24 race. That one I won by little north of 3 seconds. I was really dominant that weekend, and it was just one I'm not gonna forget.
What was the weather like in Vegas? Was it flipping hot?
No, usually those races are held in mid-November,
Okay,
so it's not that bad.
well,
It's
cool.
very dry. I always end up with like a cold somehow, but other than that,
Never been to Vegas. I don't know. I never have had the urge to go to Vegas. Are you guys sponsored? Are you just who's your sponsor? Can you share about a little bit about that?
Mhm. I have 3 sponsors mainly that I have acquired recently and within the past year or so. I didn't have any sponsors when I was really in karting because it was a little bit more a niche form of motorsport, but now that I'm into local dirt track racing, it's more widespread and it's something that a lot of people have grown up around.
Mhm.
So I have 3 sponsors. My main one is going to be Fast Air Heating and Cooling. They are locally, they're a AC HVAC repair service. My second one's going to be O'Reilly Auto Parts, specifically my local one. They supply me with the parts I need to repair any damages or any modifications or upgrades that I need. And then the third one is going to be a local Wildwood tire company. They mount, unmount, and change tires for me when needed. Because unlike NASCAR, it's not like we're going through 3 tires a race. Our dirt tires will last you probably. I mean, you only need to really change them out like 3 times a year for a full season. Like they're very durable tires.
Okay. And you're currently racing against the best in North America. What has it taught you about yourself and the competition getting a little stiffer? How do you prep for a race? Do you just kind of look at the track and get tips of where you can take advantage of opportunities to pass cars, or how do you scout a track?
Well, if I've been to a track before, I know what works. I look at old videos. I know where I've been. I know what works for me. If I haven't been there before, I scale the track. I try and ask people and see if they'll tell me anything. If not, I'll go look for videos. But most importantly, one of the things that I like to do is I study my competition. I know what they're gonna do before they do it.
Mm.
And I know a lot about who I race against. And a lot of racers will say that a car is just a car, which maybe, but I like to disagree. I think that everyone drives a little bit differently, and you might need to, for dirt, this person's gonna do the high line, this person's gonna do low line, so you got to get a little creative to pass them. And I think if you can just know what they're gonna do, then I think it just gives you a little edge on the competition. And that's just my personal opinion, but I think that I found that it's worked for me in the past. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Do you see a lot of other racers, guys, people at other races often? Do you kind of their familiarity of how they race?
Yeah. I mean, what do you mean by that?
Like Joe. So you see Joe 4 or 5 races. You guys competed together or whatever. You kind of see, oh, I know what he's going to do here.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I know my competition, who likes what line, how they pass, like especially if you go to repeat tracks, where they pass, what different engines or body styles are running, what kind of advantages I could give them. I'm really into that kind of stuff.
Do you get help from your pit crew? You talk to someone and where to take advantages of individuals and situations?
We only have one-way radios to the tower. Okay. I don't have verbal connection with any of like my dad or anything like that. No.
Okay.
It's just to the tower. Mm-hmm.
As being a female driver or racer, what challenges have you faced that you've overcome? And perhaps I'm sure you're influenced to other racers, not only female racers, but young racers to get out there and go for it. What's it like kind of being inspirational to others out there?
Mm-hmm. That's a question that I get a lot. And honestly, I like to do the opposite of what I feel like a lot of female drivers say. And nothing that's wrong with them, but I feel like a lot of female drivers like to make it a special thing and something like that. But me personally, I've always drove like it doesn't really matter. I've personally, and this is where the car is a car logic comes in my head, because once the helmet goes on, you don't know what gender I am. So I like to market that way, that it doesn't matter. I don't like to make a big deal out of it, but I know that it has made especially in my early years, it was something that affected me and made me a little bit of a target. But as the years go on and you race the same people, they start to respect you a little bit more. And the main challenge is just overcoming the stereotypes and trying to make it prove that there's not that big of a difference. It's,
Okay.
A racer's a racer.
Do you get asked for autographs from young fans, and what's that like?
Occasionally, yeah. And that's always validating. It makes it feel like an inspiration for sure. And I know I stand out a little bit for a couple of reasons, so I know that's one of my favorite things.
What's one stereotype or barrier you've determined to break? You're like, I'm gonna do whatever it takes. I'm not gonna quit. I'm gonna just kind of push through any obstacle that comes my way. Sometimes in today's society, you get knocked down, you stay down. Mentality is you keep going, you keep pushing. You have a bad day, you shake it off and you move forward. Is that kind of your mentality of, and how often do you race too? Do you race every weekend, or how does that work for you?
I race I'd say pretty bi-weekly, give or take. Right now in the dirt stuff in Florida, we take a little bit of a summer break for rainy season, and you can't really race on a flooded track. But once it starts picking up I think we pick up late June, late July, we'll race pretty bi-weekly the rest of the year.
Okay. And you moved a little bit from Texas to Indiana, and down to Florida. Has the racing changed in different regions you've been to, or is it kind of just the same?
Well, that's a little rough because I've been doing different, from karting to dirt cars. It's just a different car in general. So it's not like there are races everywhere, but I've been racing different things. So that's a little bit apples and oranges.
Have there been new opportunities come up as you relocated? And what's your dream in racing? You want to get to the next level? How long is there a time frame you're shooting for to get to the next level of your career? And how does that work as a race car driver?
Well, I like to believe that everyone has a different path for them. I think that success is not a linear line. I think that it's going to be different for everyone because everyone has a different situation and a different environment. But with that said, I just want to keep racing and being able to make a living out of it and staying in this racing world, wherever that may be in that timeline. I want to get like my engineering education, be educated in cars, and just make a living out of racing, whatever racing that may be.
And you have a Facebook page, I believe, Sarah Bradley Racing, correct?
Yes. Facebook and Instagram. Mm-hmm.
I follow you often. I see you got some great photo ops, some great pictures. And what's that like when you and someone comes up and says, I saw you racing, or I saw, your car looks awesome. And how cool is that when you're kind of building your brand, either on social media or in person, just kind of, this is who I am.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's super validating to be recognized for what you want to be recognized for. It is validating to be seen, to be recognized, to know that your reach is working. And it's always nice to be inspirational to young and old fans.
Right. Is racing's intense. How do you stay mentally on track? And how long is your race normally? And how do you just kind of stay focused in the moment?
Currently, a feature race, 25 minutes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Laps pretty quick.
Yeah. We usually have like a set, whatever it'll be, like a 25 laps or 25 minutes, whichever one comes first, with cautions and all that kind of stuff. So it's usually about that. But it's a lot going on. It's more than just it's the starts, the restarts, to listen to what they got to say, to figure out where the groove is in the track, and all that kind of stuff is.
How do you prepare for a race? When you say you show up, is this race day? What half hour or so for your race? What is it? What do you do mentally? You eat some snacks? Do you just
I try to stay on top of my carbs, make sure I get my energy. I try to stay on top of my hydration and electrolytes, and if I need some more, I'll have some sugar or something and get me pumped up. I usually have my earbuds in, listen to whatever music, but I don't have a specific. I don't like to. I feel like for me a routine feels too not serious, but I think having less of a routine and more of a just stay on top of the basic things and go with it just feels like it's a lot more relaxed and I do a lot better.
Yeah, you got a playlist at all? You just got random songs and before the race.
Depends on the mood. Depends on where we're at.
All right. And let's see, how does your faith or personal grounding play a role in your racing journey, or are you just going to be you? You know, Sarah Bradley is the same out of the car as she is in the car. Or are you competitive either way? You know, your dad maybe playing goldfish or something. You got competitive as your as car as well.
I would say that people say that I'm a smooth and intellectual driver, which I would say is a fair assessment. But outside of the track, I'm pretty confident. I'm really playful, and I feel like they interact well. But you know, there's only one way to find out, right?
What's one life lesson that really has taught you carry everywhere? Something you may have learned in your younger years that you still use today?
I don't know. I haven't really been told one specific thing that's stayed with me. I think my own motivation is really just to stay true to who you are. I feel like that. And racing, there's some things that you might do that you're not proud of, but at the end of the day, there's still a little bit of there's still some things that you won't do.
Okay.
I still have some morals.
What encouragement would you want to give to someone listening today who sometimes feels their dreams too big or not big enough, or you know, you've been doing this since 5, and some folks, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. They were quick to, you know, criticize themselves, going, oh, and they step away. Any words of wisdom for someone like, no, go for it, man. Go for your dream. Don't quit.
That sounds like a conversation that I've actually had kind of recently with somebody else asking me. And again, I feel like everyone has their own path. Everyone has their own situations that are different. You live in different places, you know different people, you've started at different times, you have different education, different experience, and you can't try and copy exactly someone else's, but you have to get creative and find things that work for you to constantly get better. And it may take less time, it may take more time than somebody else, but you just got to get creative and resourceful with what you have.
Yeah. Any people out there you want to personally do a shout out and, you know, thank them for the journey you've been on, your racing career, and I'll give you the floor here to just thank people who've been in your life that have kicked you in the butt to keep going.
Absolutely. I feel like this is going to sound a little obvious and a little basic, but this is, you know, first and foremost, shout out to my dad. My dad has been there since the first day, been learning everything about the cars to try and get me the best everything possible that he can do. Keep learning, keep working hard, keep supplying me, keep supporting me, and trying to help me get better. And then second of all, my mom, kind of the same thing. She's been finding maybe, I don't want to say unorthodox ways, but different, more unique ways to help out, like catering for a team to reduce fees, or photography, or anything like that. Those things help a lot and really make me feel supported, which I'm grateful to have. I know not everyone has that kind of ability and support. And those are the main two I've had. And then the sponsors that I have recently that I mentioned before, Fast Air, O'Reilly's, and Wildwood. But yeah, it's just been me and both my parents. I'm an only child, so I don't really have that much extended family. So it's just been a 3-person team since day one.
And you have a website where people can follow you, and how can people, you're racing, are they online? Can people watch the races online? How does that work?
Yeah, most everything I have is going to be on Sarah Bradley Racing on Instagram and on Facebook. Not all the races are streamed, but I'll usually put a story that if they are going to be streamed, that I'll post them. And I always post my results and try and keep people updated throughout the day.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for the time. I really learned a little more about racing today than I probably haven't in a long time. I really appreciate it. I wish you the best. Continue to be an inspiration to people out there, female, male, young and old. And I just wish you the best. And thank you for the time today, and appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you.
Yep.
We all have that coworker or that relative who thinks they know everything. Well, the Kitsap Great Escape is ready to put that confidence to the test. Come on down and book a room with us. With 4 exciting rooms to choose from, it's a perfect spot for a family outing, birthday party, or just a team-building adventure that everyone will be laughing and thinking and maybe arguing about in the best possible way. Think of a team name and you could be on the leaderboard. See how well you do. If you're looking for something fun, something different, and something to get you off your phone for an hour, or somebody else off their phone for an hour, the Kitsap Great Escape is the place to be. Book your room today at thekitsapgreatescape.com, and the only thing to fear is the timer. That's a Kitsap Great Escape in Silverdale. The next song that I'm sharing is by singer-songwriter Aaron English. And he is an artist whose music carries both heart and depth. And he blends soulful vocals with thoughtful, poetic storytelling. And his next track is a perfect example of that gift. This song is called Say. It's a simple reminder of the power of words, the words hold. How speaking truth, hope, and love can change the atmosphere around us. And Aaron's music has traveled all over the world, so has he. And so I'm grateful to share his music here on Chit Chat. So settle in, take a breath, and enjoy this piece from Aaron English called Say.
Oh Lord, to love is to be willing to lose. So love, come wrap me in your temporary arms. Say you love me, say you do, like a hand held over a flame. Say you love me with your breath that's only air. Oh love, I'm watching your chest rise and fall. The skin is worthy of your soul, but I like the way you live in it, shudder and sure, like a broken violin, you find a way to make it sing. So love, come wrap me in your temporary arms.
Hi friends, today's Mental Minute is more of a PSA for you. I want to take a few minutes to talk about something truly life-changing. That even a few moments in the day can change your life. Checking your blood sugar. Whether you're living with diabetes or you've been told you could be at risk, keeping an eye on your blood sugar is the most important steps you can take for your health. According to leading medical organizations, regularly checking your levels helps you spot patterns, understand how food and stress affect your body. And when your blood sugar stays too high too long, it can quietly damage your heart, kidneys, eyes, and even your nerves, which we have seen in our family. And when it drops too low, it can become an emergency in minutes. But the good news is it's simple checking your blood sugar. It gives you the power and helps you understand the different things you're going through. A daily check gives you the power to stay in control, whether you use a glucose monitor or a continuous monitor. Those few seconds can make a world of difference. So if you haven't checked, take a moment. Head to the doctor. Get it checked out. Your health matters and you matter. You may be asking yourself, why share about this? You probably haven't faced anything like this. Well, I'm 55 years old and began having a few issues and went and got it checked. And I don't eat a lot of sweets. I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke. I thought eating what I eat and drinking what I eat, I should be all right. It was like 200 to 300, and so I got some medication and take it a few minutes out of the day and check it. It's getting better by the day. So I want to challenge you to get your blood sugar checked. This is just a health reminder from Chit Chat, encouraging one another to encourage one another, stay aware, and take care of yourself. Thanks for listening. Check your blood sugar. All right, friends, let's talk donuts. Because sometimes encouragement comes in the shape of a circle. Yes, Lone Star Donuts, with locations in Silverdale and in Port Orchard, Washington, are serving up nearly 50 incredible flavors, all made fresh every single day. Whether you're a glazed fan or a maple bar loyalist with bacon up top, of course, or someone who's just trying something new every visit, Lone Star Donuts has a donut with your name on it. Come on by, grab a box for the office, surprise the family, or just treat yourself. You do deserve it. Fresh, local, delicious. That's Lone Star Donuts. You can call them in Silverdale at 360-204-5021 and place your order, or in Port Orchard 360-443-2600. Also check out their website, LoneStarDonutsWA.com. Great tasting, made fresh donuts. That's Lone Star Donuts. When you're ready to unwind, really unwind after a long week, head over to a Wine About It in Port Orchard. It's the perfect spot to get a glass of wine, to enjoy lunch or dinner or a charcuterie board. Just breathe in the moment. Whether you're meeting friends, planning a date, or looking for a fun place to relax after a long week, we've had all those, haven't we? Wine About It has a warm, welcoming vibe with fun events happening every week. Great wine, great food, great company. What more do you need? Head over to their Facebook page and you'll see the many events they have, trivia and mahjong and bunko, all kinds of cool stuff. Give her a call. Barbara, she's awesome. 360-443-2473, and go check out Wine About It in Port Orchard and unwind. Guess what? I'm playing back-to-back songs again for you. A group called The White House. I'm playing their song. The first one would be Old Oak Tree, and it reminds me of my days way back when I was a teenager. Maybe a little before. We got in the woods and climbed trees. Whatever tree we could find. If it was halfway across another tree, or we just go climb trees. Good old days. So I hope you enjoy this song by The White House called Old Oak Tree. And the next song I'm playing is called Coffee. I love coffee. What's your favorite kind of coffee? Kick back and relax to these awesome songs by The White House, Old Oak Tree, and Coffee.
In the summer skies, where we used to be, where we used to be, where we used to be, under northern lights in the summer skies. It's been a while since I've been home, ain't nothing changed except we've all grown old. I've been getting this homesick feeling, I've been craving that home cooked seasoning. I remember like it's yesterday, took a walk and found our place. I remember we were wild and free, memories of the tree, and they're all coming back to me. Where we used to be, where we used to be, where we used to be, under northern lights in the summer skies. Where we used to be, where we used to be, where we used to be, under northern lights in the summer skies. Everybody got a story to tell. We all got a lot of dreams that went sideways. Just wanted to escape that hell and come home, finally get off the highway. I think of you, I think of me back in the day. We were young, we were sweet on each other, babe. First kiss, first drink, first time for a lot of things. Under that old oak tree, where we used to be, where we used to be, where we used to be, under northern lights in the summer skies. Where we used to be, where we used to be, where we used to be, under northern lights in the summer skies. Where we used to be, where we used to be, where we used to be, under northern lights in the summer skies. Where we used to be, where we used to be, where we used to be, under northern lights in the summer skies. Where we used to be, where we used to be, where we used to be, under northern lights in the summer skies. Under that old oak tree. Under that old oak tree. Met her at the local diner. I see her every day around 5. She got that SoCal swagger. That style just caught my eye. What do I do and what do I say? How do I approach and make my play? How do I get the nerve to say, can I buy you a coffee? It goes nice with apple pie. Can I buy you a coffee? I hope you got some time. I don't know how I found her. She got my head in the clouds. She got my heart just pounding. And I think the time is now. But what do I do and what do I say? How do I approach and make my play? How do I get the nerve to say, can I buy you a coffee? It goes nice with apple pie. Come on. Can I buy you a coffee? I hope you got some time. Can I buy you a coffee? It goes nice with apple pie. Can I buy you a coffee? I hope you got some time. I hope you got some time. It starts with a simple question. I see you looking at me. All these feelings and emotions, you're giving those signals over to me. Damn, you look so sweet. Can I buy you a coffee? It goes nice with apple pie. Can I buy you a coffee? I hope you got some time. Can I buy you a coffee? It goes nice with apple pie. Can I buy you a coffee? I hope you got some time. Can I buy you a coffee? It goes nice with apple pie. Can I buy you a coffee? I hope you got some time. Can I buy you a coffee? It goes nice with apple pie. Can I buy you a coffee? I hope you got some time.
Thank you so much for being part of Chit Chat, the encouraging one another community. I enjoy creating these episodes for you, meeting people around the world, hearing their story, just trying to share some encouragement with you today. Each show, my goal has always been to encourage someone somewhere out there. So thank you for being here. Thank you to musicians who allow me to play their music. I'm just honored that they allow me to do that. Thank you to my sponsors who are great local community businesses here in the community. Lone Star Donuts in Silverdale and Port Orchard. You want a place to go to, it's got a lot of choices. They have nearly 50 flavors of donuts. They will hook you up with some great tasting homemade fresh donuts. Taquiza and Taquiza Street, both located in Silverdale, Washington, and great tasting authentic Mexican food with 6 kinds of tacos if you indecisive people like myself. We have the Chit Chat Escape, a place where you do family fun for everybody and for friends. And they have 4 escape rooms for you. Really, really fun. They have some merch you can buy. They have all kinds of cool stuff there. So the Chit Chat Escape and Wine About It in Port Orchard, a great place to come wind down. Get it, Wine About It, wind down. And they have amazing events going on, from trivia to paint and sip, and each of these businesses have Facebook pages, so check them out. Check our events pages going on, swing by and tell me you heard it about them on Chit Chat. Thank you so much. My name's Jody, and I'm just honored that you have taken a few minutes out of your day to watch the show. And always, don't forget your coffee. Have a great day, and don't forget to encourage someone out there. You know, we're on this show's on Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube. Wherever you find your podcast, you can ask Alexa to play it too, which is really, really cool. Take care, guys.